You become what you believe. Choose power.
They told you to be realistic. They told you to lower your expectations, to soften your dreams, to stay within the narrow lines drawn by people who never dared to step outside them. They said confidence should be quiet, ambition should be hidden, and belief should be reasonable. But nothing great in history was ever built by reasonable belief. Every empire, every invention, every breakthrough that bent the world forward began the same way, inside the invisible space of a human mind that refused to accept limitation as truth. Before Edison lit the night, he saw the light in his mind. Before Carnegie rose from poverty to steel and influence, he believed in a future no one else could see. Before Lincoln freed a nation, he carried conviction through years of defeat, ridicule, and loss. The world did not give them permission. They gave themselves belief, and belief gave them power. You are living today not in the world as it is, but in the world as you believe it to be. Your habits are shaped by belief. Your confidence is shaped by belief. Your courage, your hesitation, your persistence, your fear, each one traces back to a quiet decision you made about who you are and what you think is possible. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall or ascend to the level of your self-image. Most people never question the beliefs they inherit. They accept the voice of doubt as their own. They confuse familiarity with truth. They wake up every morning rehearsing limitations, replaying old failures, negotiating with fear, and then wonder why life feels small. But belief is not a passive thing. Belief is an active force. It is a command sent to the nervous system, the imagination, the will. Whatever you consistently believe, your mind works tirelessly to prove true. This is why two people can face the same storm and come out different. One breaks and says, "This is proof I'm not meant for more." The other sharpens and says, "This is training." Same world, same circumstances, different belief, different destiny. Dale Carnegie understood this long before neuroscience gave it a name. He knew that confidence is not a personality trait, it is a practiced conviction. He taught that the way you think about yourself determines the way the world responds to you. People don't follow titles, they follow certainty. They don't respect noise, they respect presence. And presence is born when belief becomes unshakable. Look closely at your life. Not the excuses, not the explanations, the results. They are mirrors. They reflect what you believe you deserve, what you believe you can handle, what you believe you are capable of sustaining. If you believe success is fragile, you will sabotage it. If you believe wealth is for others, you will repel it. If you believe you are always one step behind, life will keep you there. But the moment you choose power, everything begins to reorganize. Choosing power does not mean arrogance. It does not mean domination or noise. Power is quiet certainty. Power is walking into a room without asking permission from anyone's approval. Power is making decisions aligned with your future instead of negotiating with your past. Power is refusing to argue with doubt and simply outgrowing it. Your mind is a factory. Every thought is a blueprint. Every repeated image becomes instruction. When you dwell on fear, you manufacture hesitation. When you rehearse failure, you train your nervous system to expect loss. But when you deliberately choose belief, when you visualize success with detail, emotion, and repetition, you begin constructing a different internal environment, and the outer world always follows the inner one. This is why the disciplined mind wins, not because it avoids struggle, but because it assigns meaning to struggle. The disciplined mind says, "This resistance is proof I'm expanding." The undisciplined mind says, "This resistance is a sign to stop." One moves forward through discomfort, the other retreats into comfort and calls it safety. Comfort has never created power. The men and women who change their lives are not the ones with the most talent, they are the ones who decide. Decide to think differently when it's uncomfortable. Decide to act differently when it's lonely. Decide to believe differently when evidence is not yet visible. They choose belief first, knowing reality will catch up later. because belief is not a reaction to success. Belief is the cause of it. And as that understanding settles in, something begins to shift, not outside you yet, but within. The way you carry yourself, the way you interpret setbacks, the way you hear criticism, the way you speak to yourself in moments when no one else is listening, when the noise fades and the only voice left is the one that will determine whether you rise or retreat, whether you claim your power or surrender it, whether today becomes another repetition of yesterday or the quiet beginning of a life that finally aligns with the person you know you were meant to become. Because the most important conversations you will ever have are not with crowds, not with critics, not with competitors, but with yourself in the moments when discipline is required and no applause is coming. In those moments, belief becomes behavior, and behavior, repeated, becomes destiny. Understand this clearly. Belief is not hope. Hope waits. Belief moves. Hope says, maybe someday. Belief says, I act now because the future is already decided. When Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, he wasn't offering a clever phrase. He was stating a law as real as gravity. Your thoughts pull your actions in their direction. Your actions pull your life with them. Most people live reactively. They let the world tell them who they are. A bad day becomes a bad identity. A single failure becomes a permanent label. But the powerful individual reverses the process. They decide who they are first, then force their actions to match that decision. They don't ask, how do I feel today? They ask, who am I becoming? And they act accordingly. This is where clarity is born. Clarity is not knowing every step. Clarity is knowing the direction. It is choosing a vision so compelling that confusion loses its grip. When Walt Disney was told his ideas were impractical, when banks laughed at his plans, when studios shut their doors, he did not shrink his belief to match their perception. He expanded his belief until reality had no choice but to follow. Vision is belief projected forward. It is faith with a deadline. Your vision does not need permission. It needs commitment. The moment you commit, discipline enters the room. Discipline is belief in motion. It is the willingness to do what must be done long after the initial excitement fades. Anyone can feel motivated when the idea is new. Power is built by those who remain consistent when the process becomes repetitive, when progress is quiet, when results are delayed. Discipline is the bridge between belief and achievement, and discipline begins with the smallest decisions. The decision to wake up when it would be easier to stay asleep. The decision to focus when distraction is calling. The decision to improve by 1 inch when others are waiting for miracles. Small acts performed daily compound into massive internal strength. This is how confidence is forged, not through affirmations alone, but through promises kept to yourself. Every time you do what you said you would, you reinforce belief. Every time you break a commitment to yourself, you weaken it. Power is self-trust, and self-trust is built through disciplined action. But discipline without purpose becomes hollow. Purpose is the fuel that keeps belief alive during hardship. Purpose answers the question, why must I endure this? It turns pain into meaning and struggle into direction. When you know your why, obstacles become instructions instead of barriers. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Years of political failure, personal loss, public ridicule. Most would have retreated. He refined, he learned, he adapted. His belief was not that he would never fall, but that his purpose was larger than any single defeat. That belief carried him through the darkest chapter of a nation's history. Resilience is belief tested by reality and surviving. You will be tested, not once, repeatedly. Life will challenge your self-image. It will confront your certainty. It will question your resolve. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Pressure does not create character, it reveals it. And what it reveals depends entirely on what you believe about yourself when the pressure arrives. If you believe struggle means stop, you will stop. If you believe struggle means strengthen, you will grow. Adaptability becomes your advantage here. The rigid break, The flexible endure. The powerful adapt without abandoning their vision. They adjust strategies, not identity. They refine methods, not belief. They understand that success is not a straight line. It is a series of corrections guided by unwavering direction. Learning becomes a lifelong discipline. The moment you believe you already know enough, growth ends. The world is shaped by students, not know-it-alls. Carnegie himself built influence not by dominating conversations, but by listening, learning, and understanding human nature deeply. Knowledge multiplies belief. Curiosity keeps power alive. And through it all, gratitude grounds you. Gratitude is not weakness. Gratitude is perspective. It keeps ambition clean. It reminds you that every challenge is also evidence of capacity. You cannot be tested beyond what you are capable of becoming. Gratitude turns effort into privilege and struggle into proof that you are alive, engaged, and moving forward. As belief deepens, something subtle happens. Your posture changes, your voice steadies, your decisions sharpen. You stop chasing validation and start embodying certainty. People respond differently, not because you demand respect, but because you radiate self-command. The world listens to those who listen to themselves first. And now you stand at a quiet threshold. Nothing dramatic, no thunder, just a choice. To continue believing what you've always believed and keep receiving what you've always received, or to choose power. To choose thoughts that elevate instead of limit, to choose discipline over excuses, to choose vision over fear, to choose action before evidence, to choose belief before results. Because the truth is unchanging and unavoidable. You are becoming something every single day. The only question is whether that transformation is deliberate or accidental. You become what you believe. So choose wisely, choose boldly, choose power.